music.
Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw. Guys, we are live. It is Sunday. No camera on today. I'm here though. What's up, y'all? I've been out in the front 2 acres and I am hot and sweaty and I don't feel like being beautiful for you fine folks today. So hiding behind the camera. I'll toggle it on and off if you just miss me though, but I've been sweating it out. And these lights, I don't know if you guys know, but when you have like lights, proper lighting in here, I don't know what kind of bulbs they are, but they're hot, like super hot, and I'm sweating all over, so I just don't feel like dealing with it. Sorry, guys. I got a good show for you guys today, though. We're going to have a good one. I got a new segment coming on the show, guys, and we're going to go into it here pretty quick in the first probably 5 minutes. It is called Get You Wrecked Influencer of the Day, just to let you know a little bit about the no BS, no nonsense, false hopium crap that we are not about. I have, as I go, I find these fine folks on the internet that will absolutely get you rinsed if you listen to their nonsense. And we're decided to showcase one. We're going to showcase one on each live stream, okay, guys? It's just a little bit of fun. It is my own personal opinion. Let me just say that. You know, do with that what you will. But we've got a fine one to kick off our first segment ever today. So let's see who's here first. Ghoul, first man in here. What's up, bro? Love from a beach in Greece. I've never been to Greece. I've only left the country a few times, but every time it's just been to Mexico. I'm very sheltered. If you only had $1,000 to deploy, how would you go about it? I'm a father of 2 small girls, and I don't have time for trading. Would you look at coins like Nasana? Good question. I'm going to answer that. Let me get through the chat and see who's here first. I'm going to come back to you. I have 2 kids myself, a boy and a girl. My girl is 17 and my boy is almost 12. So I get it. Yo comprendo. Good question. Great question. Great question. Johnny number 5. What's up, bro? Mighty Max in the house. Jack. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Salt Chain. Good morning. West Coast coming from the beach of Vancouver with his profile picture. Actually, I don't know if he's in Vancouver. I just know his profile picture is the beach of Vancouver because he told us that the other day. Hawkborn, happy Sunday. Glad you're here. Wendy, oh, Wendy, my fave. Good to see you. Wendy. Mechanic Marine Wife, what's going on? Hawkborn, laughing out loud. I'm going to call him out, Mechanic. And look, I got to be careful, guys. I got to be careful. Let me come on real quick. I got to be careful. Listen. These people, they're either too, I got to be careful what I say because these people report me, y'all, and they're going to like take my channel down. They're like liberals. No offense, liberals, but like they just can't handle the truth. Like I'm conservative and you can tell me what you think of me all day long and I have thick skin. Like I don't care. Like whatever. Like good. That's an awesome. I'm just happy you have an opinion, right? Right? Yeah, that's what makes the world go round. It would suck if everybody thought like I did or like you did or everybody thought the same. But liberals, you know, they're gonna, if you don't agree with them, it's wah. And these influencers the same way. Like if you call them out, they just whine and report you. So whatever. I gotta be careful what I say. I can't call them. I even asked GPT if I could use words instead of saying retarded. I could say like we tall did, and then say it fast. It's like we tall did, but it's like, no, you're going to get a strike, bro. Stop doing that stuff. So I got to be careful, but we're going to call him out. Give me just a minute. I got a fine guy here today. We're going to call out and listen, I'll tell you about it in a second. Let's go see. Wendy's laughing. Eons is here. Wendy's loving. She's not laughing. Those are the smiley hearts. I like it. But yeah, Mechanic, we're going to call him out. Bitcoin kind of hovering around 64K today. Guys, I wasn't lying. Like the thumbnail is not a lie today. Today is a massive close. And I said in Discord, I genuinely think this is the biggest close, the biggest weekly close that we will have all summer long. The close, and I'm going to show you guys, so hang in here. I'm going to show you why. The close today, in my opinion, is going to dictate most of the rest of the summer. And we don't know which way it's going to go yet, but I can tell you it is going to go a big way today, okay? It's going to at least initiate today. It'll take some time to play out, and I'm going to show you why. And it's going to be for Bitcoin. I've got some signals on Bitcoin, and these signals can't be wrong. They cannot be wrong. I know a lot of people say I'm scamming. Of course it can be wrong. No, it can't, because the signals I'm going to show you are not predictive signals. They just tell you the direction price is going, because price is already headed that direction, and it tells you the velocity with which it's going to get there, which means the one I'm going to give you means it's big velocity. So it's not predicting if it's going to go up or down. We have no idea. But once the price goes up and down, it's going to tell you how fast and how aggressively it's going to get there. So I'm talking about Bjorn indicator on bottom. Guys, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs down. I don't really care. Just show us some love. Been doing all the altcoin videos for you guys. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, when I do altcoin videos, I need you guys to thumbs up or thumbs down them. I really, really don't care either way. But I can't keep doing 100 different altcoins. I want to narrow it down, and I'm going to do so starting this week based upon how many thumbs up and thumbs down we get. If I get a lot of thumbs up, I'll keep that coin in rotation. If I get a lot of thumbs down, I'll take it out. If I don't get a lot of either, then I'll take it out also. So let me know that's your way of giving me feedback if you want to keep this coin in rotation or not. So that's all. So do that on the altcoins as I put these videos out if you want to keep them in rotation or remove them. I don't care which. I don't care. I've got my few coins, so it doesn't matter to me. The rest I do for you guys. All right. Bitcoin hovering around here, 64K. Just kind of in between the range. You know, you can clearly see we're just you know, there's the range high, there's the range low, and we're just like in between. So nothing to do here. We're looking for targets up top or targets down low, value area low. Be careful if we come down here, guys. We do have these relatively equal lows. If we get into these, we're going to take them out and most likely come into value area low before possibly moving back to the upside. And we could get a dip then rip, guys. We could still get a dip then rip. Yeah, that's right, Wendy. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. I tell you what, guys, let's go right into that. I'm so anxious to give you guys this. Let's go right into our, let's get serious. Let's get serious, guys. I got to get serious for a minute. All right. We're going to go into the new segment we are calling Get You Wrecked Influencer of the Day. Okay? I'm going to show you an influencer coming up, guys, and he's earned the title, and I'm going to show you why. I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to show you why, and then you decide for yourself. I'm not telling you to do anything about it. I'm just saying I've looked at some of this guy's material, and it is questionable at best. And I'm being very, very PC nice because I know he's going to report me. And that's okay, because I reached out to him, and I called him out on his nonsense, and he deleted all my comments and stuff like that. You know, just out stirring the pot, guys. So without further ado, here is our Get You Wrecked Influencer of the Day, Crypto AI Man. We're going to take a look at Crypto AI Man very briefly. We're not going to spend too much time on him, but if you follow this guy, be very, very careful. Okay, guys? Just letting you know. So let's go take a look at Crypto AI Man and see what's going on. All right, Crypto AI Man, this guy, I'm just going to show you right off the bat. 2 weeks ago video right here, XRP to $10. XRP to $10. Didn't we discuss that last week, XRP to $10? But wait, this just in. XRP is no longer going to $10. XRP is now going 3 days later to $1,000. Did you guys get the memo? I didn't get the memo. I don't know what's going on, but I didn't get the memo. Apparently, there was a major news release on XRP. It's going to $1,000. But wait, there's more just today, guys. More news came on XRP 3 hours ago. It's now going to $15,000, guys. XRP to $15,000. We should sell everything we have and jump on XRP right now. He was putting out similar info about Fetch, which is how I found it. And I commented, I was like, dude, you know, I was actually really nice and respectful. I said, I appreciate the Fetch content. It helps to grow the community. I said, but, you know, you're going to give Fetch and influencers a bad name. You know, you might want to get your facts straight, brother. And he deleted me. So, yeah, but in case you didn't know, Crypto AI Man has insider knowledge, and XRP, which was going to $10 for over a decade, is now going to $1,000, but hot off the presses, it's going to $15,000 as of today. So you guys know what to do. So let me tell you something. If you're following this guy, get ready, because he's about to back the truck up. He is absolutely taking you straight to clown school, guys. So you'll be eating crayons by noon. Before you know it, crayon eating, short bus, genius bus, all the way down there. You know what to do if you follow this guy. You already know what to do. On a serious note, let me come back on the camera though. I got to be very, very careful what I say here about these people. ChatGPT has told me I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. So you hear me clearly when it comes to this guy. Just so there's no confusion, you absolutely need to. Cool? All right, let's move on. There's our Get You Wrecked influencer of the day, Crypto AI Man. All right. West Coast got a laugh out of the deal. Salt Chain got a laugh. Hawkborn, Johnny number 5 says legend. Yeah, 15K is true. It's true. It's true. Too bad Thanos isn't here. He used to be an XRP guy. Somebody should call Thanos. Tell him XRP is going to 15K now. All right, guys. We're going to move on. Yeah, Mechanic believes in personal responsibility. The people new to crypto and trading get wrecked because of this BS. Yes, they do. I'll tell you. Let me tell you. I was out mowing the yard earlier, and I'll tell you what it is, okay? Because people come on to my videos where I'll post a video like some coins are going to, I think are going to do decent. Some of them I think are just shit, but some of them are going to do decent, not great, but decent, and they will argue with me like crazy. And I've determined that, first of all, they know everything, which is why they're out watching videos, right? But what they want is validation. They want validation that what they have been spoon-fed is going to happen. And when anybody gives them a flip side of the coin, they can't handle it. They absolutely can't handle it, even if it may be true. And listen, I don't know where everything's going. I have no idea. But I'm going to throw technicals on it, and I'm going to be right way more often than I'm wrong, okay? Because very rarely do some crazy fundamental narrative play out. So I may not be right every time, but I'm going to be right way more. And furthermore, the coins that you're technically strong on, those are going to do well. And if there's a bonus added onto that with some narrative, that's just that. It's a bonus. But you don't need the bonus to do well as long as you're on a technically strong coin, okay? You don't need the bonus. Like everybody on that VeChain. VeChain is going to zero next cycle. I'm sorry, it is. And people get so mad if you don't tell them what they want to hear. And I'm just sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to crypto AI man you and tell you XRP is going to $15,000. Nor am I going to tell you it's going to, oh look, we forget this one. It was going to $17, and then it was going to $10, and then it was going to $1,000, and then $15,000. I'm not going to do that. And somebody commented on one of my videos. Somebody praised me for it. Thank you, by the way. And then asked why more people don't give it straight like that, and somebody else commented because it doesn't get clicks. It's not popular. And I'm just not a popular guy. Like, I don't care. I don't care. John 316, smash the likes. Yes, smash the likes, please, guys. Smash the likes. Okay, so let's take a look, guys. What is this big clickbait thumbnail? Today's a big close. Hovering at $64,000. Okay. What I want to draw your attention to down below is Bjorn, the Bjorn indicator. I'm on the Bitcoin daily time frame, guys. And go ahead and drop your alts in chat if you want me to run this on your alts as well. We got Bjorn, okay? For those of you who don't know, this is an indicator that I created, and you can only get it in the VIP Discord, or Jane added it to the website now. You can now go to anthonyleeraw.com, which I pinned a comment in chat. And you can click on indicators here, and you can buy it now. You can buy this indicator. You only have to pay it for it once. It's only $10, and it's yours for life. Or you can just join the VIP Discord and get it. Either way, but this is the only indicator that you need. This is really all I use. On occasion, I'll use Cypher from Money Flow, but this is all you need. So you have the, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but just for those of you who haven't seen it, you have this multicolor line. That is volatility, okay? Volatility headed down, volatility headed up. That does not mean price is headed up or down. That means the business with which price is moving is accelerating. So when volatility is headed up, and this gray line, which you can color this line whatever color you want in the settings if you get it, that is stochastic, okay? So when volatility is headed up and stochastic is headed up, that means price is headed up aggressively. On the flip side, if volatility is headed up and stochastic is headed down, that means price is headed down aggressively, okay? And when volatility is low like this, or volatility is headed down, that means you're probably in sideways chop. And let's go see how this on the daily time frame. You can run it all the way to the 1 minute, to the monthly, whatever, everything in between, okay? But on the daily time frame, you can see right here, when volatility was headed up, right here, stochastic was headed up, you got this big move to the upside, okay? It gave it to you on Bjorn before it ever happened. I'm going to show you how it gave it to you before it happened, because we're about to get it again. Okay, but on the flip side, look over one click over here at the bottom, when volatility was headed, volatility was headed up here and stochastic was headed down, okay? So volatility headed up, stochastic down. That means big move to the downside, and that's when we got this move right here, okay? It was given to you in advance on Bjorn. What do you mean in advance? How do I know it was going to happen in advance? It's just telling me what's happening. Okay, here's how I know. Because when volatility comes all the way below this orange line, that is the 15 percentile, okay? When it comes all the way below that, comes all the way down, that is volatility contraction. As soon as it breaks above it, that is expansion. Now, you don't have to come all the way below it and then break above it to have a big move. Like here, you didn't come all the way below it. Look, here you just came down, but you didn't come below 15, and then you curve back to the upside, and stochastic was pointed up. I don't even know what happened here, but let's go look. Let's mark it out. Boom. Look at that. Big move to the upside right there. You did not come all the way down to full contraction, and you still got a 6% move up in Bitcoin in 3 days, okay? It gave it to you right there. That's all you had to watch was this. As soon as volatility flipped, it doesn't matter if you're a trader what direction stochastic was going. If volatility flicked up, you trade the direction of stochastic, period. Your bigger moves come from full contraction to expansion, though, and look what we got here, guys. Volatility expansion. This is not confirmed, though. Just like any other indicator, it confirms with the close of whatever time period you're watching, okay? So on this one, we're on the daily time frame, so this will close today. And always encourage people, do not front run this. As of now, stochastic is pointed to the upside, guys, as of now. But this could flip depending on price action today. This could flip to the downside, and you confirm expansion as this daily closes, and you be having a big move down. However, if it confirms to the upside, okay, this comes up above with today's daily close, this is going to confirm, most likely. If this is still headed to the upside, stochastic, then we're looking for a big move up for Bitcoin, guys, period. This is not predicting that we're going to go up. It's telling you that we're fixing to go up aggressively, and the direction is going to be the direction of stochastic. And stochastic doesn't predict anything. It literally just tells you what direction price is headed. It's not guessing. It's telling you it's headed up, and volatility means we're headed up fast, okay? Or down fast. I just showed you the example of down fast. This is happening today, at today's close, okay? So all we have to do is wait for today's close. Once that confirms, we look at direction of stochastic, period. But wait, there's more, guys. Remember, the higher the time frame, the more powerful the move. Let's click over to the 3-week time frame. Now, obviously, for those of you who skipped a math class, the 3-week time frame only closes once every 3 weeks. Guess what today is? Today is once every 3 weeks. And we have volatility expansion, guys. This is a biggie. This does not happen very much. In fact, I think I showed this. I know I did a video on this. Get out of there, crypto AI, man. We're done with you. I did a video on this yesterday, and I put it out right here. Bitcoin massive move incoming. Massive monthly move. Okay, this is the 3-week time frame, guys. I don't know that I saved these. Yeah, I think I did it on a different chart. Let me switch charts. All right, here you go. Here in the last 6 years, these are all of the occurrences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's been 7 occurrences of this 3-week volatility expansion. Only 7 in 6 years, so about 1 a year. And we got one now. It is unconfirmed, but it will confirm today with today's close. Do not trade this in advance. I'm telling you, I have sat here and watched this. I've sat here and watched these before that I have front ran and longed, and right there about 6:30, just before close, it goes boom. I have watched it, okay? There is going to be plenty in this move for you not to need to front run this, okay? If this move winds up being 30% and price moves up 2% today, okay, you just make 28%. Get over it. Don't front run this move. Look at every time it has come in the last 6 years that it has confirmed. Started with a 540% move way back here in 2020. Then you got it to the downside. Keep in mind, guys, somebody called me out on this in chat yesterday or in comments yesterday on the video that they would bet me Bitcoin's going to 30K. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm not saying it's going up. I'm not saying price is going up. I'm saying price is going to go in the direction that stochastic closes tonight. I don't know what that's going to be. Right now, it's postured to the upside, but that could flip, okay? Either way it goes, and I'm not saying Bitcoin's not going to do a 30% move up and then go to 30K. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm just trading this signal right here, okay? That's it. People want to get so mad. Like it was so funny, like 2 months ago, if you told people Bitcoin was going to 60K, they were so mad. They were like, no, it's not, bro. You don't understand. It's going to 100K. And now that it's at 60K and you tell them it's going to 100K, they're like, no, bro, you don't understand. It's going to 30K. It's like, you wishy-washy. I'm going to have to get my beeps back out. Where are my beeps? I better get these beeps handy. You wishy-washy. Yeah. Anyway, so we have 3-week and daily expansion occurring tonight. And you can see in the past, I'll zoom in so you can see them a little better. These are the times that we've had it in the last 6 years. 540% move up, 90% move up, 165, 70, and 55. Every one of them massive moves. And to the downside, you've had 63% and 48%. So 3-week time frame is not a small move. However, it does take a long time to play out, okay? It's 3 weeks. Each one of these candles represents 3 weeks, okay? And the last 48% move, for example, by the time you got it, took 5 bars. What is that? Times 3 weeks, 15 weeks. So a good 3.5, 4 months there to play out. Even when you got like this last 55% move to the upside. So I'm not saying this is something that's going to happen today or tomorrow. This move to the upside took you 8 bars, so 24 weeks to play out. And it didn't go straight up. Even like this 90% move, I mean, you still had big moves down in here. So it's not like it went straight up, right? So people will misunderstand me if this fires off to the upside and, by Tuesday, we're not up at 90K. This thing could come like this, just like this. I mean, it could look something just like this. I mean, and I'm not saying it's going to new all-time highs, but you get the point. It's a 3-week time frame. This is not a 2-minute time frame that's fixing to just go one direction or the other. It's going to take time. So just be prepared for that. Just because it doesn't happen by Tuesday doesn't mean the signal is not valid, guys. Be ready for this. However, I do like that we have it on the daily, which means we're fixing to get a move a little sooner rather than later. So a lot of times you have to wait. Like you might get it on the 3-week and the daily is nowhere near ready to expand. So you may sit here on the daily for, a week before the daily is ready. However, the daily is expanding today too. We just need to wait on confirmation for the close. And we, as of now, both the daily and the 3-week are positioned to the upside on stochastic, guys. So get ready for a big move coming. Why the 3-week and not the monthly? I don't know. It takes time. These things have to bleed over. So right now, monthly volatility, look, all right, here's, and this is what you'll find, and I hope this plays out so we can come back and check this. But like right now, monthly is headed down. Volatility is, let me get the arrow. Volatility is headed down, but stochastic is headed up. So just because volatility is going down doesn't mean you can't have a big move. I mean, look at this last big move down on Bitcoin here. From here to there, Bitcoin has moved down 22% while volatility was headed down. Do you see that? Volatility was headed down. I'm sorry, this is right here. Volatility was headed down, okay? But stochastic was also headed down. It just, volatility on the 1 month is not the same as like volatility on the 4-hour, right? It takes a lot to shift this around. However, stochastic on the monthly is now headed up. I'll zoom in here. Stochastic is now headed up on the monthly, which is good. And it is really deep. You honestly can't find a single other time. This isn't going back all the way. You can't find, this is going back to 2019. You can't find a single other time in the last 7 years where stochastic was this low, guys. You can't find it. Looking at it right now, you cannot find, not even close. So stochastic is so far down, and it has flipped up, guys. This is big, okay? This is big. The last time Bitcoin was even close to this low was in February, March, when we had the big dump, and then it flipped up, and you got the big move up on Bitcoin of from bottom to top, almost 40%, 39%. So a big move's coming, guys. I'm telling you guys, a big move is coming. But this move up took 1, 2, 3 months to play out. So big move's coming. I'm not saying the bottom is in. I am not saying the bottom is in. But if this stuff confirm, of course, this is the monthly. This would have to confirm at the end of the month. But the daily bled to the 3-week could bleed to the monthly, which could tick volatility back up. So they just bleed over. You know, it's like you get the 15-minute, and then you get the 30-minute, then you get the hour, then the 4. You know what I mean? It just takes time. The monthly is not going to turn around because you have a big 1-hour candle. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me look. Oh, we have one thing going against us though. I'm trying to pull up the most important thing of all. Most people overlook this. All right, guys, this is for all you hokey folks out there, West Coast, windy, no offense. You guys know what tomorrow is, right? And I don't mean Monday. It's Bare Moon Day, guys. It is Bare Moon Day. It's the only thing I don't like about this. Bare Moon, so... a month ago, on June 15th, we had the bear moon for Bitcoin fired off. It played out, guys. Gave us a big 12% move down. A couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we had the bull moon, guys. Bull moon kicked off, played out, 10% move to the upside. Well, we are going to have, and listen, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to call it now. Let me put it on here for you guys. We're going to have this tomorrow, right there. Look, it's going to be blue, just like that. I called this, and I'm not bragging, I called this back here 2 bull moons ago. Matter of fact, I called it in Discord. I can pull it up. Somebody said, oh, bull moon, and I said bull flop. I said, we're headed down. There's no moon going to save this. And sure enough, big move down, guys, okay? I'm going to call it right now, bear moon flop, guys. I think this is an absolute failed moon. It doesn't mean you can't do something like this, but I absolutely think we move to the upside here, guys. Too many, and I know the moons have a pretty high percentage, something like 70, 72% win percentage if you just traded them blindly, and that's actually really good. I know a lot of people are like, you're stupid if you blind trade the moons. Well, a lot of people coin flip trades. You have no idea how many people I see take 50-50 trades. Moons are 70%, better than 70%, so that's pretty good. I think this one's going to be a failure. Bjorn is way stronger. Bjorn, as of now, is firing off to the upside, but I reserve the right to retract that statement at today's daily close. Are you planning on getting into a low leverage long on BTC like we talked about a while ago, like 1.5, 2x? I reserve the right to answer that question at today's daily close. If I were to say right now, then yes, absolutely. I'm in a long. I'm already in my long. What are you talking about? You're talking about a long from the bottom. I'm already in a long. I'm long from the bottom. Here it is, guys. I thought you guys have seen this. Salt Chain, where you been? I'm up. I've already realized over $7,000 profit, long from 57.7. I know what you're talking about, though. You're talking about, at one point, guys, I talked about if we come down to, at some point in the bear market, wherever the bottom may be, wherever I think the bottom may be, call it 45, 40K, whatever, entering a low leverage like a 1.5 to 2x and putting like, I don't know, a couple $100,000 on it and just letting it ride to all-time highs and not touching it. You know, kind of like you were to buy, let's say you bought down here, let's say you bought $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, and that was your investment, your spot holding, and you're going to ride it up from 40K to 120K, then you're going to 3X. You're going to make $300,000, right? Well, if I put it on a just small baby 2X leverage, then I'm going to make, instead of 300K, I'm going to make 600K, right? Because I'm going to double my money and be at very low risk, because at 2X, if I bought at $40,000 at 2X, Bitcoin would have to go to sub 20K to liquidate me. Now, it is a risk. You are risking, but very unlikely Bitcoin goes to sub 20K. So, yeah, I talked about doing that. And I don't plan on, I'm long from here. I don't plan on closing that. So, yeah, it's not really the amount that I wanted, but if this is the bottom, then that's it. I would not FOMO in on a 2X long. But if we should roll over Q4, you know, like always, which I'm not saying we will. In fact, I don't think that we will. But if we should, then yeah, I think I'm going to do that probably on a 1.5x leverage. Oh, I got a fiction pulp. Acash reached $1.20 this year. Let's take a look in a minute. I got to come back to Ghoul. Let me refresh this. Then we're going to take a look at some of this. So anyway, guys, I think we get a bear moon is a false bear moon. Okay, let me start with, by the way, some of these alts, and if you want me to look at your alt on Bjorn, drop it down below, but some of these alts are getting expansion also. Some of them are going to have massive move up over the next, I don't know, call it 4 to 8 weeks. Don't get so caught up on what's happening today, you know, like intraday stuff. Some of these have massive high time frame signals playing out. Bjorn expansions. Ghoul said something about Nosana. Let's look at Nosana. So Nosana, I really like Nosana, and if I only had $1,000, here's the problem with Nosana, bro. I really like Nosana, and I have a price prediction of 650. Here's the problem with Nosana, which is about a 13x from current price. So if not financial advice, but if it went there, you know, you can make 13 grand on that. And if you did get in one trade, I know you said you didn't really want to trade, but if I got your key levels marked out, if you got in one trade, say you rode it up there, sold, rebought, then you could double your profits by just doing one trade, you know. And if we take this trade in Discord, I will give it so you wouldn't have to walk through it alone. You could wind up doubling your money. But the problem with Nosana, dude, is your low is down here at 14 cents. So you're already 100%. You're at a 2x because you're at 27 cents. Double 14 is 28. You're at a 2x already. So the problem with Nosana is you didn't get in down here or here or here or here. So you're already getting half as much if you had invested in this earlier. But I still like it. I just don't know. I would want to see Nosana lower. I would want to see it come back into this green box because this is a pretty extreme market cap. It's $650 million. I know that doesn't sound like much, but that's triple what it did before, okay? Don't think Nosana set new all-time highs. You have added a massive amount to your circulating supply. You have 4x'd your circulating supply from 27 million to 100 million. Still small market cap, so this thing could absolutely fly. I just think tripling your previous all-time high is pretty damn good. Most coins don't even come close to doing that. I do like Nosana. Nosana would be a front runner, and I'll just be honest. I talk about it all the time. Fetch is my guy. Fetch is my guy. Fetch has just been around for so long, and you could probably count on one hand the number of coins, certainly two hands, that are in a 7-year macro uptrend, right? Never set a lower low, never set a lower low, never not set a higher high. Does that mean it's going to do it this time? No, it does not. But you have never set a lower low, never not set a higher high. And I like Fetch to $4.35, which is about a 28x from here, which is double what I have you making on Nosana. Okay, I like fetch to a minimum of $2 and let me see where I got it. $2.26 at a minimum from current price. That is a 15x. So either way it goes, in my opinion, not financial advice, the bare minimum that I'm looking for on fetch is 1,400%, which is a 15x. And on Nosana, at maximum, of course, Nosana could blast off and do whatever it wants to do. You could do 1,000x for all I know. But for my TA, maximum from current price, you're going to get a 13x. So 15x versus 13x. The winner is fetch, and that is fetch's minimum versus Nosana's maximum. Okay, does that make sense? So you have, even if you do less on fetch, in my opinion, you're going to get more on your investment, even if you do less. Okay. And if you do the max, I'm looking at 27, 28x on fetch from current price. It would not be that way if you got into the bottom of Nosana. If you got at the bottom of Nosana, that 13x is a 26, 27x. The problem is Nosana's just run up too much already, in my opinion. Let's look at Akash. For my Korean friend, Fiction Pulp. I like Akash. Akash is one of the most bullish coins I've seen, and I've said this before. The problem with Akash is it's too bullish for me. I know it sounds weird, but most coins ran up and then they came back down. Some coins came lower than the low in February. Most coins are pretty close to that low, and Akash is way the hell up here. So it is too bullish, which for me, that doesn't equal as good of return on investment. I think it's way better return on investment than most altcoins down here. I just don't know about up here. Let me look at Bjorn on this one. I have not looked at Bjorn here. I think that Akash hits way more than $1.20 eventually, but I don't think it hits it this year. Volatility is dying down on this. Here's the problem with Akash. Yeah, but see, you're talking a lot of fundamental stuff, and I don't mean to be rude, but I don't care about fundamental stuff. I care about technicals. In a bear market, there's something you'll learn if you haven't already, and I don't mean to talk down, but in a bear market, there's an old saying, in a bear market, no amount of news is good news. And in a bull market, no amount of bad news is bad news. In other words, when the whole market is in a bear market, like no matter what happens, it's not going to really pump the price that much. And in a bull market, when things are just going up like crazy, no matter what comes out in a bad way, it's probably not going to dump the coin very much. And I just don't think so. From a technical standpoint, on almost all time frames that matter, volatility is headed down. Volatility is headed down. Volatility is headed down. On the daily, headed down. So things are cooling off for Akash. And here's what you'll find. Akash had this big rotation of capital, right? A lot of money flowed into Akash from the February lows, right? I mean, geez, Akash did a 300% rally. Most coins did a 50, 60, maybe 100% rally, but Akash did 300%. What you're going to find, I'm telling you, I'm not saying Akash won't do a little something, but what you'll find if you had another coin that did this, right, and then came back here, when Akash starts to come down a little and maybe moves up a little, this other coin, the money is going to rotate into the other coins, and they're going to catch the big bid that Akash already did, in my opinion. It's called rotation of money. That's how you see people FOMOing in, right? You have one coin takes off, and your coin is kind of, let me clear this. You know, you'll see, you see this all the time. You've probably done this. I've done this. We talked about this the other day. One coin is just blasting off, right? And your coin's over here kind of like this, right? Just not doing much. And you say, gosh, I am missing out. And so you sell your coin here. You buy this coin here. Well, about the time you FOMO into this coin, it starts doing this. And this coin that you just sold plays catch up. How many of you have done that? I know you've done that. I don't even care if you say you haven't. You've done it. If you've been in crypto longer than a year, or certainly if you've been in it for a full cycle, you've done this. And I think you're going to find this with Akash over the summer. Okay, I think you're going to find Akash, not that it's going to do poorly, and not that I think it's a bad coin. This is one of the most bullish coins I've probably ever seen. Okay, I just think, based upon the technicals, Akash is going to do something like this. And even if it goes up, maybe a little, but you're going to have other coins doing this, just blasting off. And it's just because Akash has already done it and they haven't. This is a 300% rally. That's massive. And it barely came back at all. It's fixing to start breaking through some of this. Just my opinion. But I think Akash is going to do well in the bull run. My bull run price prediction for Akash is $8.57. I just don't think it's fixing to happen by the end of this year. Just my opinion, brother. For those of you just joining us, be sure you go back and watch the first 5 minutes of the stream to see our Get You Wrecked Influencer of the Day. Get You Wrecked Influencer of the Day. I unveiled today's winner. Today's winner. Go check that out. You know what to do if you follow that guy. Although, you know, Fiction Pulp, if you really want to get on a coin, according to, where's my guy? According to this guy right here, XRP is going to $15,000. So if you want a real coin, you're going to dump AKT and you're going to get on XRP and right at the $15,000. Just kidding, bro. Do not do that. For the love of everything, do not do that. Let's see. Charles Shaw, you're welcome, brother. ZBCN. What is that? Is that what is ZBCN? I'll look at that in just a second. ZBCN. Let's look that up. I don't even know what that is. ZBEC. I did a ZBEC video the other day, I thought. Maybe I didn't. For some reason, I didn't do it. I looked it up for somebody. I don't think there's enough. Yeah, these are coins I don't do. I don't do stuff like this. Listen, no reason to not invest in a coin like this, guys. I think people get offended when I tell them this. But look, guys, this coin right here, ZBCN, has been around since 2014, so about 2 years. I don't know anything about this coin, and I don't care, and it wouldn't matter if I did, because all you can possibly know about this coin, hear me, guys, all you can possibly know about this coin is what they tell you, right? The narrative, all this coin is going to do this or it's going to do that, and I'm not knocking it. I don't know what it's going to do or what it's not going to do. It's just not my style. In order to invest in this coin, you have to believe whatever they're telling you. And excuse my language, but we've been shoveled so much shit over the years. How can you just invest on that? I can't. I mean, if you can, that's great. I just can't. To me, I want to see the technicals of the coin. And a coin like this, there just isn't technicals. I want to see a full bear market, right? I want to know where the bear market was. This was all bull market stuff. It was released in a bull market. So where would the last bear market low have been? If this coin had been around for 2 cycles, did it look something like this? You know, you have a bear market and then a bull market, and now you've come down and you're in this huge, massive downtrend. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Is that what the structure would have looked like? You don't know. Or did it look like this? Did you have a bear market, then a bull market, then a bear market, and now we're way up here and you're in this massive uptrend? Like, I don't know. So I don't know what to expect from a historical price action standpoint from this coin. I don't know. So, I mean, I can't find target market cap levels. I can't find any of that stuff because this is all you have to work with. And this was bull market. And of course you're in bear market now, but it's just not enough price action for me. It's just not how I do things. It's just not how I do them. So sorry, that's Zbeck. I want to see at least a previous bear market. So I can know, like if this was bear market, it's not. This was bull market, which is weird. That's another weird thing about this coin. Like most coins had already topped. Fetch topped. Let's see, this is April 20. This is when Fetch topped right here. Fetch topped right here. A lot of coins like Zcash and stuff topped here. So when coins were topping, this coin was headed down, right? And then all of a sudden, after everything else had topped, this coin shot up, which is weird. Nothing else topped around here. So this is just weird. Something's off about this. It is not performing with the regular market moves. So this is not something I would touch. If you had more history, you could have a better context of what it is. It's just not for me. I'm sorry. Johnny number 5 says, how about those super chats? Y'all show our boy some love. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I got a couple good super chats the other day. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. It means a lot to help support the channel. You know, it means a lot. I'm able to go and have some free time to find people for you guys to unfollow. Oh, and so Mr. Crypto AI Man, I commented on his Fetch post. I think I told you I was pretty respectful, actually. And he deleted the comment, which means he's aware that he's putting out BS. When somebody comments something respectful and intelligent, I did have somebody call me out and he was correct on one of my things. And I went back and said, bro, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. I didn't see it that way. I'll be sure to correct it in my next video. And this guy didn't even care. Number 1, he's too dumb. Number 2, didn't care. Number 3, intentionally knows he's misleading you. Which anybody telling you XRP is going to 15 grand, believe me, they intentionally are trying to mislead you. It's not like, you know, XRP is probably going to $4 and he's telling you it might go to 5, right? That could be like, okay, I'm just a little more bullish than you are, but we're in the same ballpark. This dude is telling you it's going to 15 grand. Your voice is so good, bro. Thanks a lot. I have AKT for 1.5 years. I'm paying for it now because I bought it above $1. AKT is going to do fine, bro. Hold on to AKT. In my not financial advice, AKT is going to $8-9, but I just don't. If you have AKT and you sell at $1.20, you're crazy, in my opinion. I think AKT is going very high. I just don't think it's going there this year. Okay, but don't get me wrong. AKT is one of my favorite coins. I am so disappointed that I missed AKT at the bottom. Like, this is one that I had on my radar that I wanted to get in on. And, you know, I expected everything to bounce. We took the bounce here on WorldCoin. We took the bounce here on Fetch. And I just looked for everything to kind of do this and then kind of come back. And AKT just did not come back. So this is my slip up, but I don't see a chance, in my opinion, AKT doesn't do at least $5 this cycle. At least. It is bullish AF. Look, and this is where you have to learn circulating supply. AKT did an all-time high up here of $8. And then when you came back later, you did $7, but you were 4 times more bullish. You did a 356 million market cap to 1.64 billion. Price didn't go as high, but that's because you had so many more coins. But it was way more bullish. Look at, oh gosh. Let's look at the market cap. Here's how you tell a coin's bullish or not. Look at the market cap. And here's the market cap. Market cap, way up there. This is a bullish freaking coin, guys. Even though price was lower. Okay, price was lower, right? But it's higher here in the bull. You got a triangle here, and you're fixing to break out of this triangle. And I am not a pattern bro. And normally I wouldn't call for this breakout like this, but I can call for this breakout. I can predict this triangle breaking to the upside because it is not a true representation of bullishness because of token dilution. But I can call for the breakout to the upside because it is in a, it is in a macro bullish uptrend on market cap. So I don't know anything, but I have a high probability your price is going to break to the upside because of this macro market cap uptrend. So don't, in my opinion, don't jump the gun on selling Akash too soon. This is going to be a big winner in the cycle. The problem, guys, is investing in it now because it never came back from the February pump. It didn't come back. That also shows you bullishness, guys. So what I keep trying to tell people about that stupid ass VeChain coin. Like coins that, like, first of all, you, me, none of us watching this stream know anything that the whales, the major investors, the players, the institutionals, we don't know anything that they don't know. Like, do you really think you have the inside line on things? The only person who has inside track on things is this guy, Crypto AI Man. He knows all the insider stuff. Nobody else knows, right? And do you know how I know this coin is going to do well besides the technicals? Since the bounce, major investors have not sold this coin off. That means they believe in this coin. They have not sold it back off like most coins are already back down here. This coin is still after the pump, which most coins have fully retraced. This coin is still up 130% from the low. That means bullish AF. And everybody wants to argue with me about VeChain. VeChain looks terrible. I haven't seen many coins. Here, look, listen. For all the retarded people out there who are so crazy on VeChain, that white line, this white line, it's white now. The white line is where the February pump was, right? Here's how you tell a not bullish coin. And everybody thinks, oh, it keeps telling me the UFC is behind this coin. Akash came up here and is still up here. Zcash, you can barely see the bump in February and has already lost that. Remember, Akash is up 130% from the February low. Zcash is down 35% from the February. This is not a bullish coin, guys. Don't be retarded. I'm sorry. There's the word. Somebody get me striked. Whatever. Don't be retarded. Here's the last Vcash bull run. You missed your all-time high by 71%. So you failed by 71% to reach the all-time high. Here is your last bear market low. Not only did you fail to hold your bear market low, you have dropped, 68%. So you missed your bull market high by 70%. You're 70% below your bear market low. This is not a good coin, guys. And just because it's on the freaking mat at UFC and that Dana White has the owner or the creator of VeChain at ringside, that doesn't mean shit. This coin looks terrible. And let me tell you, to be repetitive for the second time, you don't know anything that the big players in the game don't already know. And I'm telling you, this and this tell me that they don't care what you know. They don't care. They're not interested in VeChain. VeChain will do a little this, and VeChain is going to zero. It's already almost at zero now. It's 1/4 of 1 penny. VeChain is going to zero. Yeah. It might ride up here to 1 or 2 cents, but it is going to zero. This coin is terrible. By contrast, guys, and I'll stop harping on this. You have to understand this. You have to understand. Let's throw it side by side with Fetch, right? Because that's kind of our go-to. This is kind of the gold standard of what you want market structure to look like. You want structure to Fetch is on the right, VeChain is on the left. Let me just hide everything. Look at the difference. On the left, VeChain's previous low, you could see the vertical line hovering at the previous bear market lows. You see that? Look at the difference. Fetch is massively above its bear market low, and look where VeChain is compared to its bear market low. Let's hover over the last bull cycle high. Look at the last bull cycle high. Look at the bull market highs. Look at VeChain's up there. And now let's move to current bull cycle high and look at the difference. It's crazy. You do not want to be in the coin on the left, guys. I'm telling you. You're welcome, Fiction Pulp. You're welcome, Salt Chain. All right, if you want me to throw Bjorn on one of your coins, let me know. Remember, you can get Bjorn at anthonyleeraw.com, or you can get it free in the VIP Discord. Either way, this is your indicator to have. We're waiting on the daily close for Bitcoin. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Let's revisit this in 1 month and watch what I tell you on the price of some of these coins. Matter of fact, Fetch is getting a signal. Let me refresh. I can't remember what time frame it is. Fetch is getting a signal on the monthly. Okay, so we're a few weeks away from this close. Let's put Fetch on the monthly. I don't know if I saved this. I don't think I saved this. I should have. I have it right here though. Fetch is monthly. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've had 4 monthly expansions on Fetch. 4. Only 4 ever. 2 to the upside and 2 to the downside. And to the upside, you got an 860% pump, 1460%, followed by 73% and 80% to the downside. Correct each time. When you got expansion, boom, stochastic headed up. Same thing, expansion, stochastic headed up. Here you got expansion, stochastic headed down. Same thing here, expansion, stochastic headed down. We're looking at the monthly on Fetch now. You're getting expansion. Now, this will not confirm to the end of the month, so anything can happen. But as of now, you're pretty much headed sideways. Slightly down, but more sideways on stochastic. So we don't know. At the end of the month, we need to check back here and see which direction stochastic. And you're going to get a major, major move in that direction, guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's coming. We're going to have to wait 3 weeks to find out the direction, but it's coming. So what we need, if you want price to go up, is a move up out of here. On Fetch, looking at the 3-day, we got expansion here. It confirmed expansion to the upside on the 3-day, which is not nearly, it's a powerful move, but it is not nearly as powerful as the monthly. However, if we can get this to continue to the upside with this confirmed expansion, that likely will be enough to drag the monthly stochastic up by time of month end so we can get the confirmed expansion to the upside on Fetch. So we'll have to watch this. But we do have confirmed expansion to the upside, stochastic to the upside. Now, it is not aggressively to the upside, right? It is kind of sort of to the upside, right? Just sort of. It's not aggressively up like one of these. It's kind of like one of these. What happened here? Let's go look at that. So it would be like this candle here where you didn't get much. So it'd be on this candle, this little kind of like, what do you call that candle? What do you guys call it? Doji? Or hammer? Whatever. You see the little baby candle that barely has a head on it right there? Don't be surprised if you wind up something like this. But then that led to a big move. It could just take some time to play out. But we should have a big move to the upside. Should have a big move coming here on Fetch. Bitcoin, we got our key level. If we get through that, we're headed to somewhere around 67.3, 67.5. I definitely look for a move up into the 65.5, 65.7 area. possible little pullback there, and then a move into here, and this is going to be decision time right here. This is going to be decision time. If you get 2 daily candles above this key level at 65.7, I think we move up at least to 70K. 2 daily candles. I said that back here. We only got 1. Second day close below, rotation down below 60K. We called for that. We took this dang box trade. So that's where we are, guys. That's where we are. Just to recap real quickly, we have Bjorn daily expansion on Bitcoin. As of now, stochastic headed to the upside. We have to wait to today's daily close. Today's daily close. If you get this confirmed expansion with stochastic to the upside, expect a move up. Bigger, we have 3-week, guys. 3-week Bjorn expansion with a 3-week confirmation today. This will confirm today. The question is, will it confirm to the upside or downside? As of now, it's pointing up, but you have to wait for the daily close, and you can see what's happened each time. The handful of times that this has happened in Bitcoin's history, at least going back 6 years, big major moves each time you've gotten this, both to the upside and the downside. The direction is determined by stochastic at time of expansion confirmation. As of now, it's pointed to the upside. This will close today in 7 hours and 25 minutes. So everybody be checking your Bjorn indicators. And again, it doesn't mean straight move up. Okay, even this 55% move up took 2.5, 3 months. Okay, and you had big pullbacks in here. I mean, this pullback right here, for example, was 10%, right? Even this 165% move up, you got a pullback right in the middle of it of 11%. Okay, so don't think straight line up, but think big aggressive move coming, guys. Okay, any more questions? Anybody want me to look at anything? I'll be happy to take a look at anything you guys want. You just have to let me know. Thank you guys for participating in our Rect Influencer of the Day. We're taking nominations too. If anybody knows anybody I should look into. And to be fair, with these guys, I'm going to give them all an opportunity before we put them on full display. I'm going to go comment something on their page and see if they realize the error of their ways and turn away from that terrible mistake they're making. And if they don't, then they're going to get put on blast. But it's only fair to give them the opportunity to right their wrongs. All right, guys. Well, if there's nothing else, the key takeaway from today is watch the daily and 3-week close today for Bitcoin. It's going to tell you everything you need to know for the rest of the summer, guys. That's it for me. I'm going to head back out in the yard. I appreciate you guys being here. I love you guys. The Lord loves you guys.